so much for joining me today. I'm really glad we got to finally sit down and talk at the IPSA conference.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you.
So I thought we would start on the easy side because I love starting with easy softball questions. How did you really break into agriculture, and why did you decide it was what you wanted to do for your career?
Yeah, so I think fair enough. I mean, we grew up on a family farm, right? So grew up on the farm, and actually, when I was in high school, I said I wasn't coming back to the farm. And so we had our seed business as well, and I was going to look into other career paths as I went to college. And really, when I became a senior in high school, and I started actually looking at college choices and really what I wanted to be, I started looking at career paths, and ag just was a fit, and how I was going to fit into ag. I didn't know if I was going to move back or those types of things. But once I moved away from home, I went out to Fort Hays State University, and I played football out there and majored in crop science. It became evident to me that home was really where my heart was, and ag definitely was my passion, but really was actually farming and working with on our livestock side as well, and things that I love to do. So when I came back then from college, it was a transition period for our family and with our seed business. So in that transition, I got the opportunity then to actually take over the business as my uncle decided to retire from the business, and he started his battle with prostate cancer. And so in 2004, I came back and relaunched it. And working with customers and working with ag and is really what my passion is. So my passion is to help people and help them be successful and make them succeed. And so that's really where my fit with ag is, and why I enjoy the seed industry.
Well, so one of my favorite questions. I know you work with your brother, and I love asking people how working with their family members is. So do you enjoy working and partnering with your brother for Ohlde Seeds?
Yeah, I do. It brings me somebody that I have that common drive and connection with, that we both obviously being brothers. It always creates interesting dynamics at work, right? Because you're more apt to maybe speak freely to your brother or to your family member than you would, which sometimes creates a challenge. But at the same time, I think that's what challenges us in our company, different ideas. He's not afraid to push back. Absolutely love having Sean a part of my business. My mom, Anita, is in our office every day. Our dad, Ron, does the production side, but he, on the flip side of that, has been a part of the seed business in a sense his whole life. So he gets to see the things that we do. It creates interesting dynamics, but we truly believe that we've kind of given each person a lane inside the business. But we never hold a barrier that somebody can't come inside that. And that dynamic has helped us move our business forward.
Perfect. Now you mentioned when you were in high school more so than in college that you kind of thought about going away from ag. What did you want to do instead?
Yeah. So my passion was sports. So I enjoyed sports. So I was athletic training, anything to do with maybe anything inside of that, or even into the side of promotion, right? There's something inside of sports. But as time went on, and I started to really analyze those classes and look at what I would be doing, while I love sports and I love that, it's still, like I said, being grounded back in my roots in ag was a lot of it. At the time, it was probably more of a hasty decision as far as I didn't want to work all the hours, and you're in high school and your friends are all out, doing whatever they do, and you're out working in the field or doing something else. So those are probably why the decisions were that way, but not real science-based.
Well, and hopefully you can still enjoy sports while doing the seed industry.
Absolutely. So it allowed us still to be able to do those things. Now I'm too old, so.
Well, perfect. Well, this is kind of it might be a harder question, but I wanted to ask, since you're one of the 400 people representing an independent seed company here, what does it mean to you to be an independent seed company?
Well, to be independent allows us, I think, from our customer standpoint of view, and that's what we really try and focus on as a company, is how can we focus on driving results to our customers, to farmers? How can I help a farmer be successful? Independence for us means that we're not tied to any one provider. We enjoy the relationship with every one of our providers, that we believe that we can offer a solution to a grower that has a problem. So whether that's a weed control, whether that's insect, those types of opportunities that we can bring to them. And then we like to try and look forward to the future of where are we going with ag, and where's the seed sectors moving. And we want to try and stay on the cutting edge of, how can we help impact the growers' bottom line and their family farm for the future.
So thinking of the future, I've asked a few different companies this question, but I feel like it's really relevant this year after how rough 2019 went with, the weather delaying planting, all of that, the prevent plant acres and things like that. What do you think, or how is Ohlde Seeds shaping up for 2020? What are you expecting, or is there anything kind of on your mind that you're a little worried about for 2020?
I think the first thing that comes to a lot of people's mind is when we think about, how our customers doing, from a financial perspective, the finance piece of it, how did their year shape up? Whether that was in Kansas is actually interesting in the fact that we started off with floods and wet weather and delays, and then we had sectors of Kansas that actually burned up. Some parts of Kansas had, severe storms that affected their crop. All in all, though, visiting with our customers, we feel like they came out of 2019 in a positive sense, and they're looking forward to 2020. I mean, that's the beauty of working with the people we work with, is the internal optimistic piece of that they have inside of them internally, that they're always looking to, well, we have this next year and we're going to try it again. So as we shaped up from 2019, looked to 2020, we see opportunity, right? Opportunity to do better than this year when we thought it was going to be so bad. Harvest results as a whole came in positive, and farmers' bottom line seemed to be shaping up fairly well for us. So that's a big plus.
So we talked a little bit about being independent. So one of the other things, since we're at the 2020 IPSA conference, I wanted to ask you, I know that you attend the conference often and very frequently. So what's the number one thing you look forward to every year when you head to IPSA?
It's really the camaraderie that we all have. Most people are, we're all independent companies. Most people are family-owned businesses. So it's that common bond that we have as seed companies, that we can come to an event like this and share ideas, but really connect with one another. Even though we're competitors in the market space, I think genuinely we all have the same common goal and the same common bond, and that is to help our customers and producers as we think about that. So really just seeing the faces and friends and connecting with everybody is really the biggest attribute that we see that makes IPSA so great.
Perfect. I was about to say, I think Todd getting a pie in the face is just an added plus.
Well, that was a huge highlight for me. I've got a great video of it, and I will save that for a long time.
Perfect. And my last question for you is just, what's one thing you would tell a new independent company? What's one piece of advice you would tell a new independent company that's looking for success?
It took me a long time to figure it out. If there's one thing that I would give somebody that was new starting out in it, is really just to ask. Come to an event like this and find somebody that maybe that has been successful, or you've watched that business. Go talk to them, find out things that they'll share with you, and just ask the questions. It took me a long time to feel like I could ask those questions, and when I did and created those common bonds, is that there's so much advice. There's so much advice walking in these hallways from people that are willing to share it because we genuinely want to help one another. That just go ask, create that common bond, and be able to find those working mentorships or relationships that can help you.
Perfect. Thank you so much again for joining me, Shane, and I hope you have a great rest of your conference.
Thank you.